I'm at episode 40. Thanks, Mr. Hent, for the mainly golf show. Once again, Chat Miller here, joined by Hep and man, this alive. The Sticky Bandits are
He's
reunited.
back.
Matt Hep was actually tipping up a few winners whilst
Really.
Marv was gone. So hopefully the good luck continues. Hep a 50-1 strong place last week. Was it Michael Kim?
Was Michael Kim? He just about held on for that T6
He was one off the
after a
lead entering
shocking
the final
Sunday.
round. I think we messaged privately saying couldn't have that canap, and the treble he made was pretty horrendous, trying to take the ball
Oh,
out of the water rather than just like take your medicine, make a drop, try and get like a 6 foot for bogey. He took it on, made a treble, and he was finished after that.
there's
Kim
no
was
way
still
he was
into
getting
it. He
out.
was what? He was one. I think he birdied the par five tenth, and he was one, maybe two off the lead. But the
Yeah, he
lap with the
birdied the
brim,
two par fives, but he never had a birdie chance on any other hole. Like all his approaches were mild. Yeah, he didn't have a birdie putt basically, and he was just yeah, he wasn't doing anything.
very weird course PGA National because you see players making suddenly doubles and trebles. I think Russell Henley made a couple of big putts to save bogey around the turn. He was never really into it. I'm sorry, but Doug Gim has made the list. Like, who the fuck is Doug Gim?
The
Jesus
Gim Reaper.
Christ. He's finished. There's no one else really in contention. Like, put any pressure on the lead, really, bar. Was it Joe
No,
Highsmith who ended up
yeah.
the rookie on tour?
Once Highsmith got out there, there was nobody was getting off 17 to catch him. Uh, but yeah, all the top three finishers just were the guys who shot -5 or better on the last day. Everybody that was in the last two groups just did nothing.
Mav, this is
And
your
it wasn't
first
exactly windy.
sorry, Mav, this is your first golf action with us this year. What have you watched in the first 10 weeks of 2025?
I've watched a bit of the indoor golf league, or is it the golf league? Should I say TGL? I know I really haven't been keeping up to speed with
Thought
the.
you were a golf podcaster.
Yeah, it took a bit of a sabbatical for 2 months, so I thought I'd wait until a decent tournament with some big names came back. Else, I'd be like you, like who the hell is this guy? Um, so
But this is the great stretch, right? From I'd say from a couple of weeks ago till the Open now is proper golf like every week. This is the heart of the season, the best bit.
Mav, explain to us why Bay Hill's so special. I think it's 25 years ago this week. Tiger won his first of eight
yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
Arnie's Place. I think he won by, I was looking through, he won by 11 shots one year. I think maybe 2007, 2008, beating poor Jim Furyk. I think Jim Furyk had about 20 spots on tour. Mr. 59 himself. But why is Bay Hill so special? And is it lessened now you don't get the famous handshake from the king?
I, I think it's just one of those. That's it. While Arnold Palmer was still alive, it was the prestigious one of the prestigious tournaments on tour that it always pre signature fields pre whatever back in the day. It was one of the events outside the majors that still you know all the big names played in it. It was a big tournament to win that wasn't a major really. A bit like probably Jack's tournament as well. So and I think just that it's kept that tradition, and obviously now as a signature event that it always will attract because of the history to the event really.
And looking at the field this week, it's a strong, stellar lineup. Um, Mal, is it just a boring thing to say Scheffler's won this two in the last 3 years? Lump on Scotty. I mean, Hep did actually lump. I think he put 8 point win on Scotty 2 weeks ago. Disgraceful.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm right in saying that Scotty's not won in 2025 yet. That's right, isn't it?
he, he's only played twice, but yes, you're
Yeah, yeah. And McIlroy, unfortunately, is actually won once on the PGA Tour, so McIlroy's ahead in that. I did say last year, and it was a bit of a, I think it was a bit of a stretch, but my pick for the year, sort of selection for the year, would be that Scotty doesn't win a major, and I don't know. I just wonder if
Oh, that's
after
bold.
after last year, does he just have a? That's what I mean. Expectations are so high, and he's generally 3-1, 7-2 in a place. In probably the strongest field so far this year. Is that too short? I don't know. I don't. I wouldn't want to be taking threes at the moment. Anyway,
What
if he
price
goes
would
out,
you, how would you price it, Marv? Scotty to win a major this year, yes or no? Hey, have a check on odds checker because I'm sure it's there.
I I suppose the difference between what I think the price and what I'd like the price to be, just because of my own biased opinion, I would to win a major. What assuming is like independent, say 5-6 to 1 each major. What would you say? I don't know. Would you think you'd even get 6-4 to win a major? Or do you think it might be shorter than that? Six to 4 to win at least a major.
It's even money to win a
I think it's
major.
more of a coin flip.
Yeah, you can get. I don't know if you can bet on no, but to bet on yes is even money.
Okay.
So I
Scheffler even money with Sky Bet and Ball Sports. Like you
So I
probably get
suppose,
the other way around about 11,
yeah,
8 to
I suppose
11, 5
my
to 6.
maybe my biased opinion, because I don't think he's going to win one, was slightly higher, wanting 6-4. Yeah, I think I want to say that the way to play it with Scotty might be he's not won yet. Just see he's likely going to win a tournament or two. See if you can catch him when he's on a bit of a drought. That's
it's
my
quite
thought.
weird that this is a bit of a Scotty course because, like last year, the top five were all in the top eight of putting, which we know is not Scotty's. And I think this is the course where he first changed putter after Rory told him to try a mallet
When he
one.
went, but when Scott would go on those runs with us, poor, the strokes gained overall would go from like 9 to 15, wouldn't it? And it's like no one was
Yeah.
going to live with him.
So like yeah, last year he was fifth strokes gained putting and miles ahead tee to green as well because he won by 5 strokes. But yeah, so it's a bit like driving is not that high here. There's a few false layups off the tee. It's not about bombing at 325 yards. You do have to free wood and
Strokes gained,
and so it
approach
doesn't
from
seem like a
200
Scotty
yards.
course, but it clearly like is a Scotty course because
Is Keith
he
Mitchell in this
lost
field,
one of
Hep?
his. Probably not. I would be surprised.
I think I saw Tom Hogue on the list. He is in there.
Yeah, very
So
very
Marv,
likely.
Hep, after last year said never again. I'm sure Hep tipped up Tom Hoagie last week, and he obviously
Uh,
did collect.
I didn't tip him up. I bet on him. I did bet on him. I didn't. I didn't mention him on the
I
fucking
lost
on the
money, yeah. I
podcast.
didn't actually tip him up. My stats remain intact.
Yeah, no, Mitchell did not qualify for the signature event.
Someone who has won around here before, I think in 2015, 2016, Rory McIlroy. Marv, he's paired with Lowry in the first couple of days. Have you watched anything of Rory so far? He does look, to be fair to him, playing potentially at the top of his game. I think he had that run, didn't he? Was it 2022 when he won in Canada? He won, I think, round Quail Hollow. He won he won the Scottish Open as well. And he does look potentially back to his best, like bit like the shackles are off.
My only thought is that is the pro am is that a strange tournament to assess because of everything going on? You're always playing with amateurs.
You weren't
Is
saying that
it
when you were collecting your Snedeker bet, were you, twice in
no?
Ladbrokes? Very hard
But I
Jones
don't
has said, "Can you pay my
like.
£2 now?"
Is there an
Yes.
argument that I know, and it should have been more that I remember that. Anyway, we won't go to that. It's a long story.
So sick to be
I,
strict to me. 125 each way.
I
Eight.
just didn't go back to the shop. I just didn't go back to the shop on the Wednesday evening. I'd already been once. I thought, oh, I need to go again. Just never did. And anyway, is there an
That was like
argument?
that 2 3 year span when you just couldn't miss. That was what was it California Chrome, American Pharaoh, Snedeker, Luke Donald,
Animal Kingdom won the
Animal Kingdom.
2013 Dubai World
Yeah,
Cup.
that's
Yeah,
one. £100 win at fives, 100 win at 11 to 2.
that might have been the year of Dawn approaching the Guineas as well. 2013.
It was 2012. It was
Was
because
that?
I backed it.
Or was
No,
it?
you're right, 2013 because I backed it Andy Post. Remember, I
I
sent
remember.
you to
Yeah,
Paddy Power
I,
to claim
I
that
went.
bet for me, and they were contesting it. One won a treble the odds. Yeah, it don't count. Why? I had 20 to 1 winner my first. I think was it £1, £2 that win lucky 15. 20 to 1 winner goes in first. Obviously, nothing else goes in with it. Never mind.
I think also I think if you
And
were
we split
against
that.
if you were against McIlroy, I think you'd be trying to find an argument that the Pebble Beach Pro Am isn't reliable form, but that's not. I didn't see any of it, so I can only go on sort of literally the numbers on the screen as opposed to with my own eyes. And I say so. If it looked like it was actually on it,
He
then
played
fair
well.
enough.
He
Yeah.
played well. I think the amateurs were only there for 2 days, and yeah, I think he won it quite comfortably.
Bet365 did try to take him on. They went nines roaring, and that's being gobbled up. He's now best priced 8-1, and that's 5 players. You can get 7-1. Sorry, 15-2 and 7-8 places around. If you don't like the front two in the market, Ludwig Aberg has attracted a lot of support. He's now from 16s into 12s and 14s. The Swede, you'd say he played really. What tournament did he win 3 weeks ago? Was it the
He won
Valspar Genesis?
no Genesis at Torre.
I always got the two. I always get the two mixed up. Um, but the way he showed clutch to birdie 16 and birdie 18 and it was that 6 footer to win a tournament. That could be, dare I say, the making of Ludwig.
Hopefully, yeah, he's always struggled a bit on Sundays when the pressure got to him, but he's always, such a cool character that he looks like he knows he's obviously going to be a multimillionaire from one of the best golfers in the world for the next 15 years, and it's just about getting the wins, and money doesn't matter to him anymore. But yeah, now he's done it once in a signature event. Hopefully, he can do it again, and it just feels like any times it's a Scotty course, just feels like it's also a Ludwig course. I think they're very sort of correlated to the same type of courses.
Why is Xander 20-1 this week?
He's coming off an injury. He hasn't played for a few weeks. He did play at TGL yesterday or the day before, and I haven't seen anything about re-aggravating the injury. He's actually going to be my first pick of the week. Jump on him at the 18s, yeah. I just think, yeah, bit of a worry coming off an injury, but that's why I feel that's obviously priced in. He should be up there with Rory in the top 3 at 8s. So yeah, I'm going to go 5 points on a Xander win at 18s as my first pick and take advantage of the worry of his injury.
Bold misstep. Interesting that Xander's quite friendly. Easily the best back to the week is Victor Hovland, who I think was originally putting us like 55s and 60s. He's the best price now, 55s with Sky Bet 6 places, but 365 were 60s this morning, and that's been put to one of those first 5. Marv, is there anything that attracts as value to you with the 2 days before post time?
I probably wouldn't go as far as value, but my first pick is, just to put it out there, is Patrick Cantley. And so that year, unfortunately, this might be the year of backing golfers that I don't like. So I might even have to put up McIlroy for the PGA Championship when it comes around. So yeah, it doesn't really think that's a great price at sort of 25's best price, 22's, 25's. But he's my first anyway. The second pick's a bigger price than that, but
You want to be cheering on Pat Cantley on Sunday?
I know.
How many?
On a Ryder Cup year.
Just waiting for him to look at his 3-foot putt and walk over.
The fact that Rory was standing up to him, he must be a right soft twat. I'll fucking dare you. All right, calm down, Rory. You're about 5'6" and about 8 stone. Calm the fuck down. Right, but if you've got 5 points, Xander, where's the other 5 points going?
See if one I'm going to take at longer odds is Daniel Berger.
There better be a stat based on this.
55s. Just been playing really consistent the last 2 weeks.
No. I want a stat. Come on, there must be a stat around this. You're called Stato for a reason.
There's no strokes gained about it.
Strokes gained from second shot between proximity 100 to 159 yards.
Well, that was week 1 when I tried to make a good first impression. That's what it's all about.
Proximity
that's what
to the
happens at
hell.
work. That's all you do. Right?
Rocket lump
First
Scheffler.
and then start to slack off. But yeah, Berger again, another guy coming back from an injury from a few seasons ago, but finally it seems to have turned the corner. Second at Phoenix, 12th at Genesis, was up there in the lead over the weekend at the Cognizant before falling off with a poor weekend at Phoenix T25. So yeah, I think Berger at 55s for 10, no, 45s for 10 places, given there's only 70 people in the tournament. Sorry, that's 45s for 8 places. I think it's a good bet, and I think
Hefty
he's got a good chance of being in the top 10% of the field come Sunday.
How about the 120 runners this week?
No, 70 and then top 50 and ties make the cut, I think. But
Yeah, is it an invitational? Is it one of the few? So like
I think
the
all
field,
the signature events are
Yeah.
still 70. Maybe one of them is like 100.
something like this.
All the signature ones are, short fields. But at least there is a cut, slightly.
I think they brought in the no-cut events last year, and there was a lot of pushback against just the idea of you need something to be playing for.
Yeah.
At least to make it a little bit interesting. Adding on to a late evening on a Friday, just even for the TV cameras.
Yeah, you don't want them just turning up and just having guaranteed money. Just for,
That's just boring, yeah.
It's bad anyway.
I did think you put Ludwig up this week, up.
I was tempted, and then I saw Xander at slightly bigger odds, and I thought, yeah, I'll take the injury risk, and I don't think it's going to be a lot of events that you're going to get Xander at 18s and joint fourth favourite. So yeah, that's why I went for Xander.
Very, very true. Marv, got 10 minutes left. Your
Yeah,
pick for the week.
Yeah, so if Cantley, I'm trying to think, there is 25 7 places, so I think he would be possibly 3 points each way, and the longer price, sort of more volatile. You don't really know what you're going to get from one week to the next. Is my kind of opinion on Wyndham Clark, which generally across the board 55s is available 7 places. So I'll take him. So 2 points each way on Wyndham Clark.
Do you not want to say why?
Just
back him. I said so.
I kind of thought, I finished second last year. So it's one of them. I think I'm happy with the price because he is, to me, he's very volatile. He could miss the cut, but he could easily be up there and have one of those weeks where he's in contention. Do I fancy him to win? No, but at that price, I think it's big enough to, especially 7 places as in a reduced field event. I probably fancy that price more than the Cantley price in terms of what I expect. I just think Cantley will plod around, but Wyndham Clark. So, but I'll stick with the.
I think Hep might have had the forecast last year in this.
Did Scottie?
No.
Did you have one Hep? Scottie beat somebody in the forecast. Was it?
I had Scottie beating Collins somewhere. At 90, but yeah, this was Scottie beating Clark, wasn't it? I didn't.
This was the start of the Hep forecast. Like fucking.
I think this gave me the idea. I think it might have been Heritage.
Obviously,
it was early on. It was in the first few weeks that it was definitely early in the season.
Quite another missed price on Chris Kirk, he was 250s. He's been back to the 175s. 125s, 8 templates. It's really tough this week. I think you have to try and look for a bit of value from the place market. Who did I put up earlier?
I don't think you said. I haven't noted anyone down for you.
I got the word.
Oh, who did you bet on? You bet on Bobby Mack. You bet on.
I did wonder if
Clark, Tom Kim, Zalatoris.
I did like Step Tracker, but
I did wonder if Russell Henley might appear for you too.
Yeah, I mean Henley played really poor that final round, and it's really hard to persist with him. I think Billy Horschel's got a really good record in any Florida venue, and he did play well last week. He got let down by his putter, which kind of what happens with him a lot. Um, the big hit in South Africa has been completely friendless, and you can't pronounce his name properly. It's Bog
Aldrich.
Aldrich will do. He's he's 90 to 1 in 10 places. I know he kind of missed that tournament. He messed that tournament up last week or the week before. He didn't do a lot wrong.
I was looking at him as well, but then I sort of saw it wasn't a driver course, which obviously is his big attribute. But he did put amazingly that week, and if it is a putting contest and he does that and he has that and he is a good putter, I don't know if he is a consistently good putter or if it was just luck. That is a
The,
big number for a top 10.
the two players I can never get right on tour are Tom Kim and Will Zalatoris. Um, they both kind of pop up when I leave them alone. I do think they have the game to suit this kind of course, but I'll leave them. I hate to follow Marvin. I've kind of followed Wyndham Clark in for the past 12 months. Um, he's a bit of a
Clark.
grinder and a bit of a fighter, which you kind of need around Bay Hill because if you look when Scheffler won 3 years ago in 2022, he won on 5 under. If they get the rough up and there's a little bit of wind in the air, we also like a US Open type course. And I do like Wyndham Clark. Likewise, Bob Mack. He's a very dour Scotsman. He's actually drifted out since I backed him because 365 Gold World Hep can't win. So he's 40 to 1. Wyndham Clark's 35, 10 places. We'll go 2 points each way on the pair of them two. And the big hit in South African, who we almost made a fool of ourselves with 2 weeks ago, Aldrich Bodigier. 1 point each way on him at 90 to 1. He will be a huge star in golf. Absolutely absolutely without any, you know, a doubt whatsoever. But whether it's this week, I don't know. But he will win on the PGA Tour within the next 2 years because the way the course is set up, it's just perfect for him.
Yeah, he just hits it differently off the tee, doesn't he? Just sort out his around the green chipping.
I need
But he's
to.
got
But
everything
see, so
else
far
helping
he's
him.
leaving himself with such like his second shots. He's playing with the wedge. He doesn't need to mess around with 2, 3, 4, 5 irons. I just hit driver brew and get my pitching wedge on my 45 degrees. All right, all right. So Clark, Big Bob Mark, the Suffer.
Like any DP thoughts this week from the DP guru?
I'm kind of done with that. Like it's like everybody bottles it, don't they? It who weirdly have the ones that I've fought back this week. They've all been caught on 365 because they know it's such a shit field. Just back long shots. The Chinese
Yeah,
fella, Jin
oh,
Win,
you're Zinjing guy.
Big Zin. He's a big prize. He was 3 figures. He's been cut, but if you're back in the DP World Tour, just lay everything in running. That final day, lay anything over under even, so you'll make a profit, guaranteed.
Anybody looked at the Puerto Rico Open?
Not
The
if you looked at Live.
PGA. No, it's the alternate PGA event.
No, Live are in Hong Kong this week.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
is PGA.
I know, dickhead. I said, have you seen Live either?
No, I haven't looked at Live.
That
Point of
Norgard Muller, who's favourite this week, horrendous price. As is Matt Wallace, who's been like very well supported. I
Yeah, I
wish
think I'll be
I
looking
did
at that Rico Hoey. I think he's lost a lot of strokes put in the last 2 weeks, and just hopefully he
strokes
could turn that
gained.
around, and he could just hit
Big
his tee
bomber.
to green. Yeah, I think I'd be looking at him at 30s for my
This
Potter bet.
who's this Pearson Cooley? Because he's favourite with 365. He's 22s, and yet he's as big as like 35s elsewhere. Is that the PC
Uh,
Cody or something? His abbreviation.
yeah, he don't know. He was on a couple of. I think he's been on a couple of
I've seen him
years.
on
Had
tour.
a
Yeah,
few a good college player back in his day. Um, I don't know why he's favourite. I can't think of him doing anything recently. To be honest, I don't think he's. Yeah, I can't think of why he'd be favourite.
Need a bit more excitement. We've got 2 minutes left. Give me a sales, but give me the final tips.
Yeah, so to wrap up, back to Arnold Palmer. I'm taking Xander on the injury at 18s, trying to take advantage of that little drift. And Daniel Berger is in some good form at 55s. I think is a good price for a place.
The guy in the 3XL hoodie goes for the burger. Insert your jokes underneath. Marv, your tips of the week? For
Patrick
3XL,
Cantley,
yeah.
Patrick Cantley, 25s, and Wyndham Clark, 55s. I think were the prices.
You sure Wyndham Clark's 55s?
It was varied odds depending on. It was a bit
Fucking
shorter for.
Charlie McCann price is this? Well, I will follow you on Wyndham Clark, Marv. We'll go 2 points each way on Clark, 35s in 10 places. 2 points each way. Big Bob. I can't even say it. Big Bob's Bastard Beans McIntyre at
Come on, Bobby.
35s. And a point each way in the big city in South Africa, Potigi at 90s. And
He
fingers
started
crossed,
doing this,
Marv.
Marby.
Yeah, fingers crossed Marv can make an indent into the spreadsheet.
Well,
His first,
so I
first week
suppose
back in.
we'll be sat here next week. Yeah, Scotty won, didn't he? Yeah, okay, simple as that.
Well, so you heard from us at the Players, more or less, this time last year. We all loved on Scotty. Well, two of us did. So we'll see.
2 seconds
Anyway,
left. Bye,
enjoy
guys.
the Arnold Palmer.
Right.